Hello guys, welcome to Zach Animate Studios, your channel number one for graphic design, coding and animation. Consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. Today we are going to embark on our YouTube series where we were creating a blog application using Laravel and GPT. So right now I've just decided to create a new Laravel application, and then we are going to create that series from start to finish. And first of all you need to have you need to register with ChatGPT, and then we are going to use ChatGPT to create some amazing applications. So basically we are going to create a blog application, a blog application with Laravel. And then at the same time we want it at the same time we want this application a user can comment with a comment system, comment system. So what I've just done is I've decided to set up a new Laravel application. So basically I'm creating that new Laravel application on my code right now, on my code editor. So basically this is the code editor, and we are going to dive into the code editor and see how it is going. We are going to build that. So in my mind, I think first thing first, we are going to use Laravel Breeze. Laravel Breeze is going to help us create the logins and the logout of that application. For your information, Laravel is a PHP framework. Laravel is a PHP framework. Laravel is a PHP framework. Laravel is a PHP framework, and it has a very nice documentation that can help you design, make your hands feet wet on programming. So basically in a nutshell, you'll be able to learn about the JavaScript. You're going to learn about the controllers, the model view controller, the MVC principle of programming using Laravel. You can be able to create APIs using Laravel. And how does this help a business or a person in terms of value? When you have a website, basically it will help you be on top of your game. Basically you can be able to create a product and even sell your product on the internet. So right now we are using Laravel 10, and I believe my application has already installed on I'm using Laravel. I'm using code editor. So we are just going to dive into that folder. We're just going to dive into that folder and see how we can get our feet wet. So with code, I will just, I'm sorry, there's a delay in my so with that, so I'm just going to dive into that folder right away. Open folder. The folder that I've created is called YouTube. That is where we have our application. So with that, we're going to create now. We're just going to have a package for Breeze, Laravel Breeze. To get that, you just have to go to the documentation, and then you're going to install the Laravel Breeze. So what you're going to do, I'm going to hit my terminal, and then I'm going to install Laravel Breeze dev. Okay, so that is the package for Laravel Breeze. And then after we install Breeze, we have to activate the Breeze. PHP artisan install Breeze. The documentation is on Laravel documentation. Go to get started. Get started. There are front end, there are starter kits. So this is the Breeze. So you can install Breeze. It normally uses Tailwind. So the code is here. The code is here. Composer require Laravel Breeze and then PHP artisan Breeze install. So that is how you install the code for. So basically this is how you activate the code for Breeze. So Breeze is going to help us with the login and the logout, and then so it gives you a variety if you are somebody who codes using React or Blade or Vue. So basically the Vue is a JavaScript platform framework. Also React is a JavaScript framework. You can get your hands dirty using those two, and also at the same time you can also use your API to do that. So what you're going just to do right away, we are just going to install the Blade, which I'm going to select 0, and then I don't want to install, I want to install the dark mode, yes, and then PHP unit, I can still install it, yes, and then we can just give it a few seconds. It's going to update the dependencies, and also it's going to create all the features that we are required on Laravel Breeze. As it continues, we can still go back and check our ChatGPT, because we are going to rely on ChatGPT to give us a clue on how we are going to develop our app. Remember, we're just going to create a simple blog application with a comment system, whereby a user can log in, or you as a person can log into that application, and then you can write a post, and then at the same time somebody who has read your post can offer a feedback. That is, he can post back a comment. Your post was good or your post was bad, or something of the sort. So basically the way I had structured the question was somehow vague, but it has given us a way forward. It has told us that we are going to create a post controller, we are going to have a post model, at the same time we are going to have a comment model. So we can just ask ChatGPT sample comment model, sample comment controller, sample post controller, and all that. So before we do that, let's go back and take a look, because basically it is installing the Node versions. That is, it is installing the Node. Sorry for that. It is installing the JavaScript functionalities and all that, and just have to be patient a little bit. So as it installs, I can just give you a nutshell of the filing system. Our filing system, basically it normally uses the MVC framework, whereby the model, the views, and the controllers. And then also we have the database, and then we also have the routes. Route is where you redirect your users to specific pages that you are creating. That is, if you are creating a user to go to users page, he's going to go on a users page. And then you can give it permissions, roles and permissions. Either you can tell such specific users to go to this specific page, either they are logged in as users or they are just viewing those pages as guests. And then we have the APIs. Maybe you are creating your own API and you want to set those APIs to a specific set of people, specific set of URLs that you want. You are able to set them on the roots of API. Now, where we normally work on views, most of the views are registered on the resources. Thereby, you are going to create your pages, that is your home page, your about us page, your dashboard pages. And then what happens is that when you have all your pages, they have to communicate back to a controller. Controller is found on the apps folder, HTTP folder. Inside the HTTP, now you have the controllers. What controller does is that a controller gets data from the database, it stores there, and then it also redirects to which specific part of a view that page has requested. So at HTTP we have the controllers. This is where you'll be able to create all your controllers, that is your login. As you can see, we also have the auth controllers. These are responsible for both login, logout sessions that a page will require if you want to look at a specific page. That is, you can see we have profile controller. This basically holds the functionalities of the profile page. You can see it has the codes, it has the requests for getting all the features of a profile page. As you can see, right now, after like 10 minutes, it has already created our application. It has already installed the logins and the logout, and all we have just to do is do php artisan serve. What php artisan serve is going to do, it is going to compile that application, and we'll be able to look it on a browser on port 8000 localhost port 8000. This is now, you will be able to see that the application has been compiled, and it also has the dark theme as we had requested earlier. So basically what you're going to do, we are going to register a user, that is you as a developer. Let me just register that user with an email address and give him a password. As you can see, it is going to create for us, it is going to create a database. So basically it is telling us it does not understand that there is a user with a database on that connection. So remember, we are using localhost. I'm using XAMPP and localhost PHP MySQL. This is where all the database are going to be created. And right now we are going just to dive into another folder inside our application called migrations. These are the codes that are used to create tables into our databases. So basically we have done that. What we just need to do, we are going to call a function PHP artisan migrate, so that it's going to create for us those login, those tables inside into our database. So basically it's going to create for us all the tables and all the tables of our database, because basically with Laravel those functionalities are incorporated. So what you're going to do is you're going just to type PHP artisan PHP artisan migrate. PHP artisan migrate. So basically it is going to detect it has a connection string for our MySQL server, which is already running. The exam server is running. So I'm just going to say yes. It's going to create for us that database that is we are going to have, and then it's right away it's going to create now those migrations. Basically it's going to create the user table, the password table, and then we can go back to our database, and then and check if we reload our page, because we were creating a user that is the admin for the application. You will see it will create that user, and you will be logged into the data into your dashboard application. So basically this is the backend of your application. So the user has registered and he has logged into the application. As you can see, we had a profile controller that is responsible for the user profile. As you can see in Laravel 10, it has added you can create your profile, you can delete your account and all that. So we need to start get our hands and feet dirty, so that we can create a post controller, a post controller, a comment controller, so that a user can create a post and the post will be visible, and then a user can read it and get a feedback onto it. But before then, as you can see, we are on the dashboard. We need to create the path where the user can create now those posts. So we are going to add a link of post on this navigation. So let's just go back to our project. Inside our project, we are going to create a post resource, PHP artisan, because I'm always using Visual Studio Code, because most of the codes that I want I've already written. It normally stores my code on the terminal. So if I want to make a model for comment, I'm just going to write PHP artisan make model comment with migration. So basically it's going to create for us model with migration and also controller. So basically it's going to create a controller with the model and with the migration. So you just hit that, and then at the same time it's going to, so basically we have told it to create for us a controller for comment controller, and then it's going to create for us a model for comment. At the same time it's going to create for us a migration. So migration, as I told you earlier, migrations are what responsible for creating posts, writing onto the database. Basically it creates the fields of our application. At the same time we have two, so we are going to also to create a post controller. A post controller with the model and a migration. So that is what happens. So as you can see, it is an empty post. So what we're going to do, we are going to create some functions onto it. we are going to create for the post controller, we are going to have a CRUD function, basically the create, edit, delete, create, read, update, delete. So basically those are the functions that are going to be responsible for us creating a post controller. So with that, we're going to just write public function, public function index, which is going to be responsible for holding our index page. And then a function, always when you're creating a function, always ensure that function handles one function. That means if it is for creating product, it is just used for creating product. So this one is going to hold all the posts. So first it's going to create the post, and then it's going to handle all the, it is going to call it is going to create the, it is going to hold that page, and then also it's going to hold a list of posts. So that is what you're going to do. So you're going to do a return function, return view with the name of the view. So it is going to be posts dot index. Right now that is the first function that is holding, but and then at the same time we want also it to hold a list of posts from the database. So on this index, on that index page that we are calling, it's going to hold posts. So the way to go about it, you're going just to create a variable posts. This is going to hold a collection of posts. So with that, post is equals to post controller. Sorry for that. So it is going to call, and the way post model, and then all. So basically those are, and then if you need to pass that post controller into a view, you are going to use compact at this point. Compact posts. So basically we have passed that variable into the views. What it really means is that when somebody hits your browser and goes to a page called posts, he will be able to see a list of posts and data from the database with posts. But right now, the reason why we are getting error 404 is because that one, we have not routed that post into our navigation. So basically what we're going to do, we are going to go back to views. That is the root, on the root folder where we have the web. Another easy way to go about it, you just click Ctrl P and then you just write web. Basically it's going to hit that file immediately, and then we are going to create a root for post. Remember, here is the logic. A user must be logged into your application so that he can create a post. So the logic comes whereby we want that root to be an authenticated person that creates that post. So we are going to add it inside the middleware of the root, And now let's now create that post. Just going to copy that, and then now we are going to create it for the root. Okay, so just to explain, when somebody hits /profile, he's going to this profile page. Now when we want somebody to go to posts, he's going to hit /posts or any other name that you want to give it, and then this controller, you have to give it the right controller. Now the controller that we have used for post, it's Control Z, sorry for that. The controller that we have used, it's a post controller. So on this edge, we are going just to change the controller name to a post controller. Post controller. Post controller at index. So basically it is a post controller. So and then at this point we are going to give it at index class. And then at this point the class name is index, and then now the name is post, so that just to give it an emphasis, it is now the post. Right now when we go back to our browser and then we hit on post, you will see it is going to give us a feedback. The post controller does not exist. So what it really means that we have not called that class yet. So let's just do that. So you can add it automatically here. Control C, and then you give it a post controller. Control C, Control V. But now this one is called a post controller, and then as you will see, the problem will disappear. Post. It's a post controller. As you can see, we also had a post controller at that point, and then when you reload your page, you're going to get another error that Mimi does not exist. Okay, first migration does not exist, so you need to do migration. Basically what it means, you need to create a migration to the database. You're creating that post table into the database, which you can do right away because we already have, but we have done that, but we still have a problem because we have not created that migration. So it is going to give us another error that we are going to get into it, so that basically I'm just showing you the errors that you are going to get when you are doing this as a newbie, as a learner. So the error that is telling us is that the post.index does not exist. So let's first go and create that post. Let's go back to post controller, and then we create now the view. This means it's going to create us the view inside there. So you just I have installed an extension which you're just going to hit on that, and then it's going to create for you that index page inside the post. So that you can see it is inside the views. We are following the principles of MVC, so model views controller. So right now, if you go back to your browser and then you reload, you will find an empty page. That means it has caught the view. You have the view, it is there, but now it does not have the CSS, the styling for it. So we are just going to copy a dashboard view inside the a dashboard view, and then we're just going to rename it to our own understanding. So let's just go back there, and then let's just hit the dashboard and then copy everything that is on the dashboard, and then you're going to put inside your post, into your post index. As you can see, when you reload your page, you will see that now there is a view that has been shown. Now we want to add a navigation of posts onto the dashboard. So we have a folder, we have a file called navigation. Hit the navigation folder and then go to the place where it is called the links. You will see there is there's a logout, login, there is a username. So just where there is navigation links, just copy the X link navigation, Control C, and then copy it that one, and then just repaste it, and then change the name of dashboard to posts. Change the name to posts, and then now on the root give it posts, because remember we had created a link called posts, and then posts. What I mean is, on your root, that is on your web file, you had specified that your link is going to be called posts and posts. So that is what I'm telling you. At this point, you are going to put on the root link posts and posts, and then when you go back to your browser and then you reload it, you'll be able to see now you have a link for posts. This is where it is going to hold all the posts. Next is we are going to create whereby it is going to display all the comments on the same navigation. So here, when a user will make a comment, you as an administrator, you will be able to see those comments as per specific post. You can see it inside the post. At the same time, you can see it on the comment section on the dashboard. So that is how you're building your application. So we have the dashboard. You can decide to create an amazing dashboard of the way you want it to look like. At the same time, you are going to create now the posts. Here we are going to create the post, and then lastly we are going to hit the comment. So just using the same procedure, I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to give it a link name called comments. Okay, just where there is post, I'm going to change comments. Okay, so those are the comments, and also in my mind I want to have comments as the URL. Comments as the URL, at the same time comments as the URL. When you are going to reload your page right away, you're going to face an error, which means you have not created the comments. Okay, the comment. So you are going to go back to comment controller, no, on your web app, and then you are going to also to create a root for comments. Okay, so use that control. See, just using the post controller. Using the post controller, and then now change the posts to comments. Change them to comments. At the same time, also change that to comments. So what we need to go back, so the controller here is comment controller. Okay, comment controller. Okay, so that it's going to pick the comment controller. So what we need is we are going to create that index. Let's just follow. Let's go to comment controller, and then we can create the index function for it. You can copy from post controller. You can copy from post controller the index function to comment. But now we are going to change from post. Now we are going to use comment. At this point, you are just going to use comments, and then comment. So basically, this is going to, what it says here. It means that you are going to have all the comment. Okay, that is it. That is what it means. You're going to now it is going to bring all the comments, and at the same time we are going to pass that list of comments into our view. So that's what it entails. And then remember, we need to have a comment view. So also we are going to change that to comments. Okay, so we have a comment page. When you go back and reload on your page, you will see everything is compiled very well. So you have the comments, at the same time you have the posts. So what we're going to do is we are missing the views on the comment. Okay, so what we're just going to do here is we are going to create that view for comments. Okay, we have come this far, and there's just a few moments to go. So we have had that. We also have our comments. So where ChatGPT comes in is you want to know how the comment, so you can reload and you will see that you don't have an error on that. So what you just need is you need to copy the same layout of post index into your comment index. So we are going to use ChatGPT to help us build all this in a few seconds. So we already have our pages ready. As shown. We have the comments, at the same time we have the posts. So let's use ChatGPT to create for us the post. Let's have the post controller. So I can just tell him I need a post controller. Sample post controller. Controller. So basically I'm using the same chart. So this is what I'm going to add into into my controller. So as you can see, this is what we had done post all. So we have to have these other functions whereby we are going to create and store and show post. So we are going to have this as directed by GPT, but now we are going to add our own functions that will help us build our own comment system. So basically this is just a helper. Don't copy everything, you have just also to use your brains. So let's go back to comment controller, post controller. So we already have our post index. We are going to add this is a destroy function, that is delete. This is an update function, this is update. This is an edit function, this is post. And then this is a show function, that is to show post. So this is how you're going to have. So to call the post create function, let's just hit that so that it can create for us that view. At the same time, we are going to copy the functions, the CSS for that. Copy, and then we are going also to add it on our. So this one, the name of this view is going to create. It's going to be called create post. Create post. That is it. That is a create post view. This is a store function. So basically you are telling ChatGPT is telling you that you're going to create a variable post with post title, post this content, and then you can save that, and then it can redirect it to post again. So with that, it's okay. That's okay. That's okay. We need now to go back to ChatGPT, and we are going to ask it for post model. Okay, so these are the requests that it can help you design these functions so quickly. So this is how the post model will look like. So we have the post title and comment, just like that. Copy those details inside the post model function. Okay, and then you're going to add it on the post model. That is the post model. You're just going to add it there. So basically what that tells us is that this is a protected fillable. This is going to add into when somebody it has to be fillable. These fields must be fillable, and then this is a relationship for comment and post. One last bit before we move out of post, we need to get the post migration. Just write to ChatGPT and ask it for post migration. Before we wrap up, remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that like button if you are liking this video, so that we can continue creating more of these videos. So this is a sample of a post model. So basically it has the up function and the down function. This is the up function and the down function. We are just also going to add it onto our post model, that is of the post migration. So hit that and then also copy that and also add it to post migration. Migration is within the database folder, and then under database folder we have the migrations, and then you're just going to look for the migration create post. Okay, so that is it. That is what you're going to add. So you can see we have the up and down function. So what you can do is you can copy the classes and then replace it with the ones that you got from ChatGPT. The difference is that the ones that it basically it has the table string and the table text, and then the down. Basically, when it calls down, basically it means you are dropping. It means that you are destroying that database. So we have completed working with the functions for the post. That is, now we are going to ask now ChatGPT to create for us now the comment team. That basically we are going to ask for the comment part of the website. Now the comment tables, the comment controller. So we are just also going to ask for comment controller. Comment controller, and then you just wait. So here is an example of a comment controller. It is going to have a public store. That is how it is going to look like, and then it's going to have a redirection, and then also destroy function. So this is how it's going to look like. Update function, and basically also is going to give you a description of what you have to do. So we are just going to take all these functions from store, update, and then destroy functions, and then we are just also going to update it on our control C. We are going to update that into our comment controller. So basically it's a nice way to start learning how to code. So basically we had the index. We can just still also add now the other functions that ChatGPT has prompt us to have. Okay, so that is basically I'm saying there is an error, but you can just remove that, and then you just remove control, and then control Z. Okay, before I see what I'm removing, I'm just going to delete that and then add post. But basically the class is not yet been pulled into that class. So basically we have pulled that, so we don't have any errors. And then also let's take a look at the migration. That is the controller, the model, post model. That is comment model. Comment model. So here is an example of a comment model, and then it is just that. Then you're just going to copy also that, and then you're going to also update it on your comment model. Control C. Just going to update that on our comment model. Use factory, and then you add the protectable, fillable, and the relationship. So with that, we only have one thing left, that is the relationship between now the database part of it. Now it is for comment migration. So you also just ask for comment migration, and then it's going to give you a comment migration. So basically I'm just using the response from ChatGPT, which is going to give us. So basically, as you look at it, there is a relationship here between the post and the comment. We have that, and then I'm just going to copy all that, and then I'm also going to add onto our comment migration. That is, we have the comment migration, there it is. So we are going to just remove the up function and the down function. So the two functions, we're just going to remove them and replace it with the ones that ChatGPT has offered unto us. So some error, just a little bit. Let's just copy it correctly so that we don't have an error. So let's just copy it correctly so that we don't have an error. That's it. Let's do that, and then that is what we're going to add onto the up function. And I see where the error comes in. I hit uncommented something. So from post and then up to there. So and then I replace those functions with that. So we are ready to test out our application. So basically we have done the migration, we have done the controllers, and we have done the models. It is just right now let's drop the database and recreate it again. To do that, so that we can register the new tables that are in the table. What I mean is, when you go back to our databases and then we open the table, the YouTube, it's called a YouTube, I think it's YouTube or Laravel. When you go to the comment and the table functions, we don't have YouTube. Okay, so let me add the view a little bit. When you go to comment, and it doesn't have the two tables. Basically, you see it has created that and updated that, but we need it to have the post title and the content. So what we're going to do, we're going to drop this database, and then we do another migration so that it can capture everything. Okay, so one last thing I think we have not done is creating the views, which we are going to create also using Laravel. We are going to use ChatGPT to help us create those Laravel views, because we had pegged our thoughts using ChatGPT. So let's just do that. It is called okay. Without making controllers, PHP artisan DB wipe. It's a DB wipe. Okay, so it's a DB wipe. I'm looking for a controller, a DB wipe, not Cedar. It is a wipe. It's a wipe controller. Okay, yeah, you can use PHP migrate refresh. It's going to delete everything. PHP artisan migrate refresh. Okay, so let me just find that code so fast. I've been trying out Docker. Okay, migrate, fresh DB show, DB root, let me see. Okay, so that one. much time. Okay. DB seed, not seed, DB. Okay, PHP artisan. Let me PHP artisan DB. Let me just get that, because I think I've PHP artisan migrate refresh. Okay, I think that is what we want. PHP artisan migrate refresh. PHP artisan migrate refresh. Migrate refresh. Yes, so basically it's going to redo the same thing, and then it's going to add those functions. Okay. Okay. There's a problem with this type of referencing. So we are just going to make some few changes. So we were getting some errors using the old style of referencing, using that table reference post ID. But the easiest way to do it, we're just going to do table unassigned. So basically you're just going to do that, and then you're going to use that reference, and then you're not going to have a lot of chaos on your code when you do referencing. So we can now just go again and do PHP artisan fresh remigrate, so that we see if we have any other problems that arise when we are doing these migrations. We are getting some error somewhere. Support on the same migration. Okay, so I think we did not save that. Save on comment, and then so let's just do it again. That's why it didn't capture that. PHP artisan fresh migrate. Okay, the table. Okay, we are being told that the table or the view already exists. So basically comment table. So we're going to go to comment table, class comment. Something already exists. Okay, let's go and drop PHP artisan drop database. Okay, for faster doing this, let's just go and delete all these tables, and then select all, we check all, then we drop them. Okay, so that we can redo it again, then we migrate, so that there is a code for dropping the database just right and then. So let's just go back and then do migration again. Fresh migrate. So when you hit that, PHP artisan migrate. So we are going to have a new database, and then we're going to register, and then the last thing. So basically the migration has been successful. So let's use ChatGPT to have an index post. We are going to have index view. So what were we asking? So basically we are just going to create an index view. Let's do a post index view. So basically it is going to create for us the list of all the posts. That is what I want to add now on my view. Okay, so that is what I'm asking ChatGPT to do for me. So that is what we are going to add, else not found. So basically it is very good. So all these because I'm not using the section, I just need this part. I need this part. Still it's going to work. Sorry. Control C. And then I'm going now to go to the index page. Control P on index post controller index. On index view, this is where I want to go on the index page. Just below, on the gray section here, this is where I want to add the view. So we can try out on the browser, and then we can now start building on the errors that we are going to see, so that we can build on the errors that we are seeing. When you go to post, I believe we are going to get some errors, and we are going now to clean up those errors. So let's run PHP artisan serve, because I think it's not running on serve. PHP artisan serve, and then we're going to fill out those errors that we are finding in our post. So remember we had done migration, so we need to create a user first. So let's go back on the home page, and then we are going to register a user first. Register a user, that is going to be Zach, and then email, just use that email, and then with the password. So we have already registered the user, and then let's go to comment on the post. And then, so basically there is no post, and we need to have a create function for post. So basically it has seen there is no post, so let's add a new function for creating post. So on ChatGPT it didn't have. Let's go back to ChatGPT. But we can have a post, create post. So to do that, I can just use this route. I'm going to use this route that I've seen on post.show, but I'm just going now to change to create a post. Control C, so that we're going to have a new a function for creating post. So let's do this from here, just below. So add add new post, add new post. So with that, I just need to change this root post.new. So I need it to be like that. Okay, let's just try it out. If you're going to come up with an error, and then so basically here we need to see add new post, and the root does not exist, so we need to create that new root. Let's go to our views, our web, Control P, web, and then we are going to have post.new. This is the root that we need to have. Control C, posts dot new, and then this function is going to be called create. This one is going to be a create function, and then a post dot new. We have to name it just that way, so that when we reload our page, we are going to see add new posts. When you click on that, it is going to take you to adding a new post, okay, on the create function. So let's go to create function, and it has to take us now to that view. Okay, dot create, post dot create. Now this one, so we need to have a post.create view. So we don't have the post.create view, we need to create it. So we have the post.create, but it doesn't have now the form for creating a post. So let's go and ask ChatGPT post.create view, so that it can create for us a post.create view. Post.create view. So basically it's going to give us an example of a create view function. So it's going to have that. Basically it is using its own, the way it had created using the so basically that is it. That is how. And then what we just need is we are going to add this information inside our post dot new. So this is what we need to add. Okay, so we are just going to take from h1 up to end section, because I'm using the other type of Laravel, the blade, and the other type, not the native Laravel. So this is the point. I'm going to add this information inside the post.create, post.index. Let me just follow that link, so that go to that view, and then I'm going now to enter into the create function, and then I'm just going to remove the login, this part, and then I'm going now to add the create function. And then we are going to reload our page. We are going to expect to have a form, and then we don't have a route of storing. So a store is a post function, so we are going to create now this root. We're going to create that root. Let's go back to our P. Let's go back to our web functions, and then we're going to create a root function for post.store. Okay, that is just like that. Okay, see, and then we're going to do post.store. This is a store function. So it's a store. Enter. Then we're going now to post.store. So we're going to change this one to store. It's a store function. It's a store function, and then it's the name also has to be post.store, and then it is a post function. It's not a get function, it's a post. It's a post function. So let's reload our page and see if it is working. You can see it has now the form. It has that, and then it has all that. So when you, and then it has a button, create post. It will tell you to fill in. Basically, it has also inserted the validation. So let's give it a try. Just to tell you that those database had been changed. When you go back to YouTube and then you look at post, you'll see inside you have the title and content. This is where the database will look like with the help of ChatGPT. So let's give it a test. Okay, why is it not writing? A test, then create post. Test. Test. Okay, I'm on the dark mode, which means, and then test, and then content, and then post. So basically it has the root show does not exist, so we need to add a root called show. Also does not exist, but trust me, we have that post already inside the database. Just to confirm, when you go back to our database and look at it, when you reload these posts, you will see some information inside the database. You see there is a test information. So basically it has added that information into the database, and what we just don't have, it is a view for so basically it is, let's add a view for post.show. So it is not a get functions, it is it's also this a get function, Control C. When you do that, you enter, and then you just change a little bit. So it is going to be post, but this one is going to be a get function. It's going to be a get function. It's going to be a get function, and then it is a show, and then we have to pass an array ID. And then this is a show. And then also this is a show. Okay, and then let's reload our page. Either we might have a delete function that we're going to miss, and then edit function. Also the edit function has the same function, also it normally takes the same type of information. So let's just copy that. Control C. Now this one is an edit function. Edit. Also the function is called edit, and then edit. Okay. So it's a get function also. Edit, I think it's a get function if I'm not wrong. Yes, so you can see we have the post. Basically it is not arranged very well, but you can see we have already added the post. So as you can see, you have the date that it was created. You can view that post. You can see it, but you don't have now the view. You need to create the view, which means you just need to create the view, and then also we have to edit. The other one is the edit. This is the view, and then this is the list. So in the next video we are going to make it look nice. At the same time we are going to give it as a good CSS view of it, and then also going to add a comment section out of it. Cheers, it has been so great, and if you have been with us all this long, remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you don't miss out on any of these videos. Zakanismate Studios, your designing partner. Meet us on the next video, part 2.